Hi everyone. Here, look at this sunset. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful, eh? Fantastic. Woohoo! Do love a good sunset. Well, I've got me hammock, I've got me letters. Let's get on with this video. I'm going to set it all up and I'll be straight back. Oh. Ta-da! We're all set up. So here at Escaping the Matrix HQ, I'll stop doing that in case I make you seasick. So here at Escaping the Matrix HQ, I've sort of created my own happy bubble of pure happiness. And like the outside world sort of barely affects us anymore. And sometimes the outside world does infiltrate our happiness, like normally through the post, like this. The government asking me to fill out forms so I can vote for them. There's a lot here that hasn't even been opened. They're just sort of piling up. Please don't ignore it. So why can't I be bothered to fill these forms in? Well, my lifestyle now doesn't really, how can I put it? I don't rely on the government anymore. I don't need them as much as what I did in the past. That their decisions and their ideas that they come up with, like Brexit, I keep saying Brexit, sound like it's a breakfast cereal, doesn't it? Yeah, it doesn't affect me, it doesn't bother me. The things that do bother me in life, well, the weather. If the government are going to change the weather and do geoengineering, then yeah, that is going to affect me, because I rely on good weather, I rely on the rain to grow most of my veg. But just things like if the government decide to put up energy costs, well, I produce most of my own energy. I produce probably like 90% of my own energy with the solar panels, and we're soon to get a wind turbine up. And I heat my house with wood, which I get from my friend who's a lumberjack. That's not going to change. I've got 4 years supply of wood there now. So in theory, I've paid for my heating costs 4 years into advance. So whatever they make, what decisions they make, it's just not going to affect me anymore. Thank God it's not going to affect me, yeah. Even if they put the price of alcohol up, that does not affect me anymore, because I brew me home. And if they did put it up sky high, then all the better, because then I could sell mine on the black market and get a nice price for it. And like if they raise taxes and things, well, yeah, I do pay council tax. That's one thing I can't get out of. But and I do pay my national insurance as well. But as for like income tax, we no longer earn. Now we're running the small holding. We no longer earn. We're not in that bracket where you have to pay tax. We're under the minimum earning amount, well under it as well. So yeah, so that putting up income tax is not going to affect me anymore. But like because of everything we do here, I don't need much money to live anymore. My food comes from the garden, my energy comes from the solar panels, and I've got me wood over there. These things, God, keep burping. I've just had my dinner. That was lovely vegetable stir fry from the garden. Another example, if the government are going to put up the price of grain and grain becomes really expensive, then yes, that's going to affect me, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. The grain prices do fluctuate, and I do notice the difference when I buy my chicken feed and the duck feed and all that, but there's no drastic changes going on there, which, yeah, I'm starting to waffle, aren't I? Anyway, so let's have a look at some of these letters that they've sent me. So this is quite interesting, really, because this is how the letter starts. This is your invitation to register to vote. Registering only takes a few minutes. If you're not registered, you can't vote. Well, I don't want to vote anymore because none of the political parties out there represent my view anymore. When a political party does represent my view in life, then yes, I will start voting again, but until then I don't want to. So yeah, this is your invitation to register. Now if you look up the legal terms, invitation, that means you have a choice to accept or refuse, and that is legal terms. But then later on down there it says that if you don't fill it in, you could, not would, you could be fined £1,000. Now I've not been filling this in for the last 6 years. There's been no fines. I've had no one knock on the door questioning it. All they do is they just keep sending them through. They'll send that through. Then the next one will come through. Let's just get all this. Yeah, then the next one comes through. A reminder. And then the next one comes through. Another reminder. And then it all goes back to the beginning where they don't know who's at the property. They send it through as the legal occupier. And it just keeps going round and round in circles, and no progression is really being made by them. Well, I feel it's not. So there we go. The electoral register. Do we need to fill it in if we don't want to vote? Well, I don't think we do. I think it's all a load of rubbish. I think that they try and scare you into filling it in by using threats, and they seem to me empty threats. When I've googled how many people have ever been fined for not filling it in, there only seems to be one story coming up, and is that story actually true? I don't know, probably not. It's probably not even true. You don't get fined. There's millions, it says on the internet now, there's millions of people that have disappeared from the electoral register, and I'm one of them. So if you Google like the government and what crimes they have committed, like any MPs in the past, you pretty much find that every crime has been committed by them one way or another. That includes attack on women, child abuse, thieving, stealing, what is it? What was they doing not long ago? It was fraud, wasn't it? Because it was like expenses scams. Look at David Cameron sticking his private parts in a pig's head. Do I really want to vote these people in? No, I well don't. They're sick. They're sick people. When like some other people come up who are not sick in the head and who actually are quite sensible and caring people and not money motivated as well, this lot, they're just motivated by money. They don't care about the environment or anything as long as they're raking in the money. But yeah, do you know, I'm going to stop talking about this because it aggravates me, and I want to carry on living in my own happy, ignorant bubble away from all them lot and just create my own little patch of paradise here. I have noticed that a lot of people, they'll say to me, they'll go, oh well, if you don't vote, you ain't got the right to moan about them or comment about them, or you ain't got the right to have your say. I don't really want to have my say anymore. I'm happy living here in my own ignorant bubble away from it. They can do what they want over there. as long as they leave me alone, and I'll do my own thing over there, over here, and I'll leave them alone. It's like vice versa. So yeah, sod it. Now we're beginning to lose light rapidly here, so I'm going to wrap this video up. But some people, they say, oh yeah, well, without governments we wouldn't have this, and without governments we wouldn't have roads and things like that. Think about it this way, right? Who designed the car? Was it the government? No, it wasn't. It was somebody else. I don't know who it was, but someone else designed the car. Who designed like mobile phones and things like that? Well, it wasn't the government again. It was us. It's the government that sort of try and police it. They try and police the people's inventions, and you've got to give yourself more credit when you think about it. As like people, we've got to give ourselves more credit. Do you honestly think that we would design a car but not design a flat surface for the car to run on? We didn't really need the government to do that. It's just that the government thought, yeah, right, I can cash in on this. We can tax all of the cars and we can build the roads for them, and we can rake in loads of money. And that's how it is, really. Give yourself more credit. If the government hadn't designed the roads, somebody else would have. We're not that stupid. Give yourself more credit. And that's it. The sun's gone down and I've waffled enough. And I dare say I'll be getting plenty of comments below criticising my view. Well, yeah, go ahead and do it. So, thanks very much for watching. It would be a boring world. If we all had the same view, it would be a very boring world. Take care. Bye bye.